Welcome to Stamford Bridge, Thomas Tuchel. It's announced, it's done. Thomas Tuchel has officially been confirmed as Chelsea's head coach, new manager. It's done. Finally, it's official. What can I say? They took a while to announce it, I will say that. I was expecting an announcement this morning. It wasn't the case. It was dragging on and on and on. Then they said a 5 p.m. announcement, a 4 p.m. announcement. This announcement is imminent, and it wasn't the case. Finally, 6 p.m. an announcement was made. Thomas Tuchel is officially our brand new manager. He's had a few things to say. Obviously, he's confirmed as our manager. But at this moment in time, as I record this, he is conducting his first training session, and he will be in the dugout for tomorrow's game against Wolves. Check out the preview, by the way. That will be out later on this evening. But great news. This is fantastic news. This is the confirmation that we were all been waiting for. It's done. Thomas Tuchel is our new manager. What do you guys think? Leave me your thoughts and opinions in the comment section below. Are you happy that Thomas Tuchel is Chelsea's new manager? And let's get into what he said. Firstly, let's get into the details. Let's look at how long he signed the contract for. He has officially signed an 18-month contract with the possibility of an extension of an extension of 1 year. So, of course, if both parties are satisfied with the progress and the work and acquiring silverware, etc., they will be extending it with another year. And of course, after that, if they're still happy, we can go long term with Thomas Tuchel. And he started off by saying that he would like to thank Chelsea FC for their confidence in him and his staff. He said, "We all have the greatest respect for Frank Lampard's work and the legacy he created at Chelsea. At the same time, I cannot wait to beat my new team and compete in the most exciting league in football. I am grateful to be part of the Chelsea family. It feels amazing." Director Marina Granovskaya added, "It is never easy to change head coach in the middle of the season, but we are very happy to secure one of Europe's best coaches in Thomas Tuchel. There is still so much to play for and much to achieve this season and beyond. We welcome Thomas to the club. Tuchel will take his first training session this evening, and he will be in dugout for tomorrow's Premier League game against Wolves." Now, mind you, when I say this, we left it pretty late. As I said in today's video, he flew into London today. More specifically, he flew into Farnborough Airport, which is not an international airport. It's more of a private airport for the likes of, rich people, private executive clients, i.e. Thomas Tuchel. Havertz flew in there as well. And it's like quite a private airport that's private land, essentially. It's close to Cobham, Chelsea's training ground. So that's why when you had fans on social media tracking his plane, they always look at Farnborough Airport. But essentially flew in from Paris around lunchtime. He arrived there 3-4 p.m. Training got pushed back. Now initially yesterday, Anthony Barry and Joe Edwards, they took over training yesterday afternoon, and that was going to be the case again. And training was supposed to be 2 or 3 p.m. in the afternoon. However, because he came slightly late, and of course he had to drive from Farnborough to Cobham training ground, the training has been taking place right now. As we speak, the players are training right now. Now, Sky Sports revealed that at 5 p.m. when Tuchel was at Cobham training ground, at 5 p.m. he had a lengthy meeting with he had a lengthy meeting with the squad. Apparently it was really long. He went into a lot of detail. He had a long conversation with the squad, and now they've gone out into training with the floodlights out at Cobham, and they're currently training. So we'll have to wait and see. It's good that at least before the Wolves game, he does get some sort of a training session, because could you imagine he never even got in a training session before his first game. So it's really good news that he's actually having a training session. He hasn't had a lengthy interview or an exclusive press conference or an interview because, of course, everything is so rushed. We've got a Premier League game tomorrow night. He's got to take over training. Everything is so rushed. And this is why this club frustrates me so much sometimes. Everything is not organised. Everything is lastminute.com. Like, you knew Frank Lampard wasn't going to be the future manager. Why have we left this so long? And if you're rushing things to get him ready for Wolves, put Anthony Barry in charge and then get him ready for Burnley, where he has more preparation for the Burnley game, where he can do a proper interview, get photos done. Because at this moment in time, we haven't got a photo of Thomas Tuchel holding a Chelsea shirt or having an exclusive interview, which every manager is entitled to. Sarri had one, Lampard had one, every single player's one. This is a big deal. This is a world-class tactician, one of the best managers in Europe, and he hasn't even had an ability to hold up the shirt or have an exclusive interview. It's frustrating. He's had a few words there, as I've already said. That's so far that we know. It's on the Chelsea official website, but he hasn't actually had an exclusive interview. So hopefully tomorrow that will be the case. Of course, you don't want to make announcements on game day, hence why they've done this tonight, because if they make an announcement on game day, tomorrow's a big day anyway, because we've got a Premier League game, so you don't want to put two big announcements, hence why Chelsea notoriously, they don't make massive announcements on game day, whether that's player signings, manager signings, or just anything. So again, we haven't seen Thomas Tuchel with a Chelsea shirt yet. I'm presuming photos and pictures will be posted soon. Fingers crossed, because I want to see an exclusive interview. I want to see what he actually does. Now, the good news is, I think it's very classy how he initially started off the interview, saying that, he has his greatest respect for Frank Lampard's work and legacy, because, listen, a lot of fans are going to be hurting after Frank Lampard's sacking, rightly so. He's one of our greatest legends, arguably our greatest legend, all-time top goal scorer, and the way he was sacked, a lot of people were upset about it. They said it was a disgrace. And of course is stated as an icon at Chelsea and just in the Premier League in general. So with Thomas Tuchel starting off with that, it kind of gets the ardent Lampard supporters kind of on side. You want the fans to back you. You want 100% of the fans to be behind you, because this is a massive season. We need to turn the season around, because at this moment in time, this has been a diabolical season. It's been a shambles of a season, and we need to turn it around. So we even need the ones that don't really want. They didn't even want Tuchel in the first place to really support him now. He's here now, just back him. For me, I love Tuchel and I'm really happy he's here. But the people that didn't want him, fair enough, but just at least back him. Give him the opportunity to prove you wrong, because I'm telling you now, believe in him. Let him do his work, his magic, display his work, implement his style, his philosophy, trust the process, and things will fall into place. Again, really classy from him to mention Frank Lampard about his legacy, the work he created, the squad that he's left behind. So again, really nice touch from Tuchel. It gets the fans on side, and I think it's exactly the correct move. Listen, I was talking to my mate a few days ago, or even a couple of days ago after Lampard was sacked, saying the best thing he can do is talk about Frank Lampard and the fact that he had a fantastic legacy, because it will get a lot of fans on side. That's exactly what he's done, and I'm very happy about it. Listen, Thomas Tuchel for me is the correct appointment. This is the man to take us forward. Now, whether he's here for the long term or the short term, God knows. With the way our board operate, you could only be at 18 months. Time will tell. I really hope and sincerely hope that he will be our first long term manager. Now, take it with a pinch of salt. We've had 16 managers in 16 years. And I think the club were willing to back Sarri. Sarri left on his own terms, if you remember. Lampard was just not the right man. They want to give time to long-term manager, but they also want to see results, and they want to see that it's the right manager with the CV to back it up and the pedigree to back it up. Because if you haven't got the CV, it's a risk, and the club doesn't want to take a massive gamble or a risk like that. So I think that Tuchel, he has a CV, he has a pedigree to back it up. He's done it at small clubs, he's done it in major clubs. He has a fantastic attacking style of football that Roman Abramovich personally likes. And Roman was the one who actually advocated for Tuchel. The board were more keen on Nagelsmann, but Roman was the one who sanctioned. He was the one that really persevered and wanted Thomas Tuchel to be our manager. And hopefully things work out for him. Again, give it time. If we lose tomorrow, don't go for Tuchel's head. He's had one training session which is being taken place right now. Give him time. We're playing games every 2-3 days. There's some players in there that's not going to be Tuchel's preference. A lot of that squad is perfect. We have a world-class squad, easily top 3, top 5 squads in Europe. So he has fantastic players to work and utilise with. Give him time. Time will tell how this appointment will be. But I believe that giving him the resources, the time to nourish, he will flourish at Chelsea. I think he'll be a fantastic manager. He's a world-class tactician, and he will win as many trophies. So back Thomas Tuchel. Welcome Thomas Tuchel to Stamford Bridge. Glad to see you here. Pleasure to have you as our manager. Let's hope you do well. All the success.